What's good, everybody? It's your boy Big Nate. Welcome to Big Nate's Book Reviews, home of the best book reviews. And today we are reviewing On the Road by Jack Kerouac. So I got my doobie right here. It is, damn, bro, it is ready to be sparking today. We smoking this one for Jack Kerouac. So if you got your doobie at home, go ahead and spark that. You know the drill. And then we finna get right into it. So I actually recorded a whole review for this, and I thought it came out pretty good. And then when I went and uploaded it, put everything away, uploaded it, went to get the foot, went to start editing. No sound, no audio. And I looked at the camera and it was like just barely unplugged, so like for the microphone. So I lost all that, but it ended up working out because, and I wanted to get it like done because the day after I recorded it, I ended up going camping. So, but I think this actually works out because now On the Road and everything it talked about is even more relevant and even more fresh with me because I just went on a trip. So we finna get right into it. So On the Road was published in 1957, and it is basically based off of like the autobiographical accounts of Jack Kerouac going on these 4 different cross-country road trip with a bunch of people that ended up being prominent literary figures in the what's called the Beat generation. But like prominent literary figures in like the 1950s and 60s and things like that. But this includes people like Allen Ginsberg, William S. Burroughs, and most prominently in the book is Neal Cassady. So he basically just like kept like notebooks throughout all these different trips, and he was like writing shit down. And then at some point after all the trips, he ended up going on like this 3-week binge, like typing everything out on what ended up being known as the scroll, which hold up. In my last video, if you haven't seen that already, that was like where I even got this book recommendation, bookstore employees' favorite books of all time, whatever. He said in that video that he said like when they released the unedited scroll version, and I had no idea what bro was talking about. I'm like, scroll? Did you just say scroll? But it's called, it's a thing. It's called the scroll because he typed the whole thing out. He typed the whole thing out in like 3 weeks, and it ended up being like this unbroken, continuous 100. Sally pack in today. No, it ended up just being like this long 120-foot ass like scroll that actually like recently, I don't know, maybe recently, but sold for like several $1,000,000. So that was that. And On the Road, I kind of didn't realize how big of an impact it actually had, like on the culture at the time, because like there's a bunch. I looked it up on the Wikipedia page. There's a bunch of people like literally the Bob Dylan, bro. He said something like On the Road changed my life just like it changed everybody else's. And there's like David Bowie literally said it was one of his like big influences, and Hunter S. Thompson, which makes sense because I even mentioned him in my last video that it reminded me of the book, but Hunter S. Thompson. Oh yeah, and Ray. I mean, a bunch of people, but this was the cool one, honestly. Ray Manzarek, like of the Doors. He said if On the Road was never published, the Doors would never have existed. So, like, whether you love the book or you hate it, you cannot deny its cultural impact at the time, and especially at the time. But it has definitely bled into today. But anyway, let's get into like the actual book. So, hold up. Doobie is. The doobie sits in a precarious balance. Oh shit, I'm gonna fuck it up too. Damn, bro, hold up. Anyway, On the Road, like as an actual book, like as a story, follows this guy named Sal Paradise, who's like a stand-in for Jack Kerouac. By the way, Sal Paradise, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, like Saul Goodman, Sal Paradise. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. He's obviously doing something with the Paradise. Like, you can't deny that. Like, American Dream. Like, okay, I'm already getting way too... Sal Paradise, and he's going on these 4 different road trips with... much of the time is spent with this guy named Dean Moriarty, who we'll get into him later, but who is actually a stand-in for Neal Cassady. But it's basically them two and a whole bunch of other people. A whole huge cast of characters. Everybody, as they would say, just getting their kicks. Hold up, is this thing like focusing? You can see me? Yeah, cool. Right. Manual focus? What's that do? Oh. Okay, I think it should be working now. Okay, my bad. I think I just fixed the focusing, or maybe I just fucked it up. But anyway, as they would say, it's just them getting their kicks. It's them going on this road trip, having fun, and having adventures like with each other and just like a whole bunch of other people. It's just like a fun book. They're just going like they're basically, I forget how old they are, but I would guess like in their early 20s, maybe something like that. And they're just having fun, bro. Like they're just going on these cross country road trips, having fun. Like I mentioned in the last video, getting sloppy drunk, smoking blunts out of paper bags, benzos, stimulants, all kinds of whatnot, sex, lots of sex going. I mean, not lots, but it's like a presence for sure. But anyway, so like that's what a book is, and along with that, you get to see as like these characters are kind of developing throughout across the different stories, road trips. So yeah, that's like the book in a nutshell. But in terms of like of what I liked about this book from the very beginning, it has like the whole thing has like the quality of a trip itself, including like the beginning, and like really the beginning of all the road trips are kind of like this. It's like this feeling of excitement about going, like you're about to go on a trip. You know, like that week before you go on a trip, even like the day, like you're in school and you know on Friday you're going on a shit like that, and you just can't wait and you're just so excited. And then there's that feeling of just, and like in my own case, look, because I just went on this trip, it's that feeling of submitting that SFN deadline, abstract submission, submitting the reimbursements, putting in the final grades, and just like basically getting off work, no responsibilities, picking up the homies and just pulling up onto the freeway. You just got some Starbucks or your own local coffee shop, and and you just hit the road. Like that's what this book has a feeling of. And two, throughout the whole thing, just having like an excitement and an enthusiasm for life, like a joy for life, to the point where it's like, oh bro, I just inhaled some shit straight back to my throat. But to the point where you are staying up till like 5 in the morning because you don't want to go to sleep, because you're just having so much fun with your friends and doing your thing that you just like literally you just don't want to sleep, and you stay up till the sun rises kind of deal. Basically just having this love of life. And it made me nostalgic too for a time with my home. Honestly, like early high school, maybe early college, or late high school, early college, where just out every day, getting off school, getting off work, chilling with the homies like all the time. And then early college too, every day after class, go with the homies and roll a big old fat blunt. On top of all of that, see, this is what I like about the book too, is it's not just the good, it's like very real, because it talks about too the other end of this, when it's time to go home, bro. Like when you've like when you've gone camping for 3 days and you're like running on no sleep, and your car alarm went off in the morning, and you're tired, you're exhausted, you're hungry, you're sleepy, you want to just go take a shower and like be clean and lay in fucking bed, and you don't want to talk to motherfuckers, you don't want to do anything, you're just trying to get the fuck home, and you're like sick of each other. I wasn't sick of like that's bad, but like you know what I mean. So okay, yeah, what else? Also, I would say in this book, another big part, and like one of the part really almost, is Dean Moriarty as a character, as a person, as an individual, just who he is. Because I mean, so look, this is the thing, when you go on that trip, or you chill with homies, or you go out partying, you go out doing this, the time comes when the responsibility, the fun is over, and like the real world like you gotta get back to your job, you gotta get back to work. I guess that's the same thing, but you gotta get back to school, you gotta watch your fucking kids, gotta pick up your dog, whatever it is, you gotta do all that. But Dean Moriarty is kind of on a different kind of timing, where he's kind of like, for him, the road is like a lifestyle, and he's constantly going on to the next thing, chasing that next high. Because that's what it really is. Like he's like a tweaker addict, but like high on life. So the thing with Dean and the road, it's kind of like there is something about like traveling that makes us confront something, or at least bring something out in ourselves that we otherwise kind of don't see. Like I go on road trips from Phoenix to Eugene. Damn, I'm high. I'm not even gonna lie to you right now. Shit, I'm blowed. But yeah, that trip is like it's like 14-hour and like 10-hour, probably more like. But it's like 2 full days of driving. And it's kind of like, so like at first it's like you play your podcasts, you listen to the full albums, you do your thing for a long time, you get some coffee, you stop, get some food. But by hour like 9, 10, 11, bro, I'm straight like contemplating my life. I'm like, bro, how am I doing in the program? Am I happy like where I'm at right now? I got these relationships to think about. I got my girl, I got my family, I got my friends. There's a lot of things on my mind that I wouldn't be thinking about otherwise. And don't even get me started on day 2, bro. What? That's day 1. But for real, travel does bring something out. And 2, and okay, so in the book, so in that sense too, Dean, part of why we like Dean so much, I would say, is because Sal and Dean, their relationship, they're doing that shit where they're like driving, they're driving on the road for like several hours, and they're just having these talks where they're just getting so intensely enthusiastic like about like life. It is, in fact, he would say it's called it, capital I capital T, it. That's what Dean is always talking about, and it gets almost religious, it gets almost spiritual, but I won't even get into that. Zip it, lock it, put it in my pocket. But yeah, they're bonding experiences. So and like I do that with my sister too, bro. Look, I go on road trips with my, sometimes she does that drive with me, and you can imagine, like, you know, the small talk, you catch up, but then it gets deep, bro. So road trips, yeah, on the road, good book, that's a big part of it. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good book. And I'm gonna give it anywhere from like a B plus to an A minus. And the only reason it's like, the reason it gets docked points, or like especially why you could see someone not liking this book, is because it's kind of like repetitive, because it's just road trip. It really is just like 4 road trips happening again and again, and it's basically the same thing in different places and maybe with different people, but it's kind of the same thing. But at the same time, you do see characters develop like throughout the whole book. Well, like Sal and Dean in the beginning are very different in their relationship, very different than Sal and Dean at the end. So other than that too, it's kind of just like the writing is, I don't know. So I could see some people finding it boring. It's kind of like, it might be the time period too, but anyway, yeah, that's basically all I got to say about this. Actually, it's not all I got. I could have a whole other conversation about this book, but for now we're gonna go ahead and call it. Thank you for watching Big Nate's Book Reviews, home of the best book reviews.